For coming at such a short notice. We do have a very interesting speaker. I have followed her since I knew that she is coming. And she represents Brahma Kumari at the United Nations level in one of the NGO. She is a research cardiologist. Her name is Dr. Kinnari Murthy. And I call her Vinodini's sister because that lady who is over there, everybody knows her in Cerritos and Artesia in Red Flower because she did some classes here. And I found out on Facebook that they are friends, because I was doing some research for her and I saw their pictures. Because once I know people's name, I can dig it up, because I'm good at that. Without wasting any time, let's start the program. And here we are going to learn how can we help our doctors with our mind. Vinodini is a neuroscientist. She is a doctor, so there is a reason why they are friends. So sometimes we can help the doctor by what they tell us and what we can think positively. It makes a lot of difference. So, Dr. Kinnari Murthy, please.
Om Shanti. Good morning, Sabiko. Before we start the program, we'll just take a few moments reflection. Then we'll sit very comfortably. You can have your eyes focused on the point, or if you want to have your eyes closed, either way is fine. Take a nice deep breath in and out. Breathe in for the count of 4 and breathe out to the count of 8. And as you breathe in a lot of peace and calmness. And as you breathe out, leave the outside things outside these doors. You are here in a very sacred space, Mandir. Just absorb the peace of the place. People might come, people might go, but you are here with an open heart, with an open mind. And for one moment, let's invoke the ocean of love and peace here. Ocean. You want some water? Our dear brother was sharing a lot of words. They were all just words. We are all one family. And I am God's child as you are God's child. So we're all one family. We're all brothers and sisters. I love Vinodini, but we're all family. Today is a very beautiful topic. I'm still learning. मैं भी सीख ही रही हूँ आप सबके साथ. Compassion, power of compassion. You can hear me better? No? Okay. What do you understand by the word compassion? English okay? Hindi चाहिए? English okay? सभी के लिए? Mix करना हो तो बता दीजिए. बीच में थोड़ा हिंदी भी बता देंगे. 90% English, पर 10% को भी accommodate करना होता है. आप सबने you heard the word compassion? So we use the word power of compassion. What is the difference between a power and a virtue? गुण और शक्ति में क्या फर्क है? Let me say, silence is a virtue. Silence is golden. But we also say power of silence. Is there a difference? Love is a virtue. And power of love. Is there a difference? What is love and power of love? Compassion and power of compassion. I might be feeling a lot of love inside, a lot of peace inside. When any situation comes, what happens to my peace? It disappears. When you're faced with any situation and you're able to use that virtue, it becomes a power, Shakti. It could be power of love, peace, silence. In the same way, power of compassion. There is power in compassion. Can you give me an example? What is compassion? What do you mean by the word compassion? What does it mean, the word compassion? It's an intrinsic virtue for every human being to share, to care. But what is compassion? We all have been sharing and caring. It's not just the doctor has to care, share, or nurse has to share and care. We all are, we take care of ourselves, we take care of our family, we take care of our friends, relatives, everyone. We all do that.
We consider others' feelings.
Considering others' feelings. Very good. With love. Very nice. What else? What is compassion? Give an example if you can't define it. You want to say something? Okay.
Without any motivation.
Without any motivation to give or to take. Very nice.
Unconditional love.
Unconditional love. Wow. Big.
Without any expectation of a return.
Without any expectation of a return. Is to be compassionate. Okay. We'll see how we are compassionate. Okay, we'll just do a role play very quickly before we dive into the topic. Give them. What we're going to do, you know each other very well, or you know some, if you don't know some people. You don't know some people. So you're going to sit with one person whom you do not know. We're going to be in pairs. We're just going to role play very quickly. Sit with someone whom you don't know. It could be next. Do you know each other?
Yeah.
Oh, do you know each other? So just switch whom you don't know very quickly.
Just pairs.
Just pairs. Do look.
जो आप इतना जानते नहीं हो, just pair. And we have something interesting. Do you know him?
Okay, just pair up. Yeah.
आप
Yeah. You can just pull your chair if you want. आप दोनों बैठ जाइए.
यहाँ भी पैर चाहिए. You know her?
To be compassionate.
You don't know her.
Yeah.
Yeah, very good.
Even at the back, you also come. Everybody join. Just
आपका
have a
पैर है?
conversation.
Okay, आप
Very
नहीं, एक दो है. ये एक पैर हो गया.
We are there.
Nasik bhai, do you know him? Do you know her? Do you know her?
There.
इतना जानते नहीं ना तो पैर का चाहिए. Is there anyone who don't have a pair? Is there anyone who don't have a pair? ये यहाँ बैठ जाना.
Okay. Now you hear. So each one will get a different color paper. Okay? And you're not going to share what is in that paper to your person next to you. तीन लोग हैं. Oh, अच्छा. Okay. Yeah, can someone help this? Okay.
she doesn't Hindi बात नहीं चाहते तो आप साथ में now you can come here.
आप किसी जगह पेंसिल
Can you come to pencil?
Yeah.
Can you go in?
In case she was able to come here.
You can do it. So what you're going to do, you're going to read it for yourself. Whatever you've done, it is a scene. It is a situation. You read it for yourself. And once you have
No, make sure in your pair one has a purple, one has a green.
different colors.
You shouldn't have same colors.
No, nobody needs pencil now. No pencil. Okay. No pencil. Just pen.
So one has green, one has purple.
Yes. Come. Whoever is joining, come. Come in the front. Okay. Everybody's settled? Very good. And I see someone who doesn't have a pair.
She hasn't found a pen.
Look at the back again.
Somebody, you see. What color you have? Green. Okay.
You will soon get a paper.
Oh,
So, once you have read what is there in your paper, you're going to, both of you are going to act it out. Let me finish my full thing and then,
everyone has a pair?
no, they don't have paper.
No, she doesn't have a pair.
Maybe you can pair. She has a pair. Come, sister, come. She'll pair. Come, front, in the front. Two of you have to sit together.
Oh, yeah. Oh, she's gonna.
You keep.
This is good.
So everybody has one green or purple. So once you have read, you can decide amongst both of you who will go first, and you have to enact the scene. You don't have to read it out, but enact the scene that is the situation, that is what is happening with you, and the opposite person is your friend that you're meeting. Okay? And once that person is finished, then the other person will start. Suppose A and B is there, first A will share the situation and enact the situation to B, and then after 2 minutes or 3 minutes, B will enact it to A.
So you can put some color A and B, like one color is purple.
No, that's okay. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. समझ में आया? पहले A enact करेंगे. आप दोनों में से कोई डिसाइड कर लीजिए पहले कौन enact करेगा. वो enact कीजिए. 2-3 मिनट के बाद सामने वाला person enact करेगा. और आप सुन रहे हैं. आप उनके दोस्त हैं और आप सुन रहे हैं. शुरू कीजिए. आप enact कीजिए.
So I was sharing with her, and after the situation happened, and I explained to her, she said that don't worry, this happens to everyone. And I took a note of this meeting. I was there in the meeting here, and I took a note, and I also took a note for you also. So I'll share with you, and we both are very busy. We can understand each other. And after the day is over, I spend additional half an hour with you so that we can go over the points that I took, and you can complete your work so that we can be over there.
That's a very, very nice friend you have. Did he solve your problem? He did. You want to share his reminiscence?
I told him that I was late for the meeting.
Did you both get the same situation?
Yeah, we both got the
We all got the same.
same situation.
I think I did bad. I goofed up.
Actually, even the situation was same, but reaction was different, right?
And I told him that I got upset with myself and my husband for giving me coffee and I spilled it on my shirt. But I'm extremely sorry. But he was very cooperative. He went and attended the meeting. He picked up the flyers and information for me, and he shared it with me. And that he explained to me that this can happen to anybody at any time, and we all are playing our role, so we should not be getting upset about it. Thank you.
How did you feel when you heard the other person? You want to say something?
We all had the same situation. So what I did, she told me that we should be prepared one in advance for the meeting,
Yes.
number one. And if at all it happens, I told that we should think it's a God act. Like always we blame it to the God that whatever is happening, thanks to the God. So we feel that it may be a good something for us, God must have decided. And I say my experience that I had a car and met with an accident, it was a very old car. And from whom I have actually said it's a good thing happened that you met with an accident and you lost the car. So then I will get a new car. So everything we think on a positive way. That something is better going to be happen, that's why it happens bad.
Anybody else wants to share? How did you feel when the other person was talking to you and you heard? Anybody else wants to share? कैसा लगा आपको? हाँ जी.
Santi, when I explained my problem to her, everybody knows because we had same one. So she told me it's okay, let's go in the restroom and you will clean your shirt and you are an ACT glorious and you look so charming, so nobody is going to notice your shirt. Santi is so good and she says we will find out our cleaning on. Let's start to do the work first and relax and then we will do it. So it's so good.
Wow. We can all laugh about it here, right? Yeah. If you were really going to an important meeting and this happened. I'm sorry, I made a little boo-boo. Both were supposed to get two different situations. But it happens to both of us, so it's okay. Was it easy?
The situation itself.
This is a situation. And you all have been very compassionate with me. It's okay. Was it easy to be sharing and being compassionate when you heard the situation to the other? Was it easy?
We all come with that situation.
We all come with that. Yes. So now you have a tight stick with you? Or what did she say? You're very charming and nice and nobody will notice. And it happens, and you take it light. You make the other person. You can keep the paper. It will be a reminder when something like this happens, what to do. So there are three words in English. One is sympathy, empathy, and compassion. Just play of words, but it's a lot of meaning. And we can check ourselves where I come. Whether I'm sympathetic, empathetic, or compassionate. Sympathetic means you can understand what the other person is feeling. You understand. Say somebody's father passed away. And you understand, yes, they passed away. But here, you're not feeling what the other person is feeling. You understand it. That is sympathy. The other is empathy, where I feel what you are feeling. आप कोई situation से गुजर रहे हैं, you're going through something, and you exactly feel, I know what you're going through, and you feel it. Is that enough?
Yeah.
One is to understand, one is to feel. But you know what is compassion?
Giving her more
So that everybody can hear.
yeah, giving her a positive thought that everything will be okay.
Everything will be okay.
Time goes by, everything is fine.
Anybody else wants to add anything? Is there anything more to add?
Just to soothe the other person. You simply soothe him. Give a soothing feeling that it's okay, these things happen in this world. Nobody stays in this world forever. So we just have to take the situation lightly. It's okay.
It could be morally uplifting.
Morally uplifting. Yes, very true. One is to know it, second one was to feel it. Once you have felt, the next step is okay, from here I am in your shoes, now how I can do better with you, how can we move ahead. So compassion is the willingness to relieve, as you said, you know, to, what is the word you used? Relieve. Soothe. Comfort the other person's heart.
Comfort is another.
So a little bit of research, you know, like some science behind this. We did little papers, a lot of studies have happened, and they found out what is the advantage of what is the side effects. There's no side effect of being compassionate, right? But what is the good things that happen when you practice compassion? It's something is called as helper's high. Helper's high. When you help someone, how do you feel?
Happy.
Relax.
Relaxed, happy. I always give this example, you know, like, do you all like chocolates, by the way? Mostly. Suppose you have a handful of chocolates, and those are your favorite chocolates. That's the only chocolate you like in the whole world, and you have a handful of chocolates. And you want to eat one a day, and you're eating one a day. And how do you feel when you eat your chocolate? Aha, very nice. And how long will that aha last? Till the chocolate is there. Now you're having a handful of chocolate, another person comes and you say, oh, these are very good chocolates. Would you like to taste? And you give. And that person tastes. Do you share your chocolates? Very good. And that person also feels, oh, this is awesome. Thank you for sharing your chocolate. You are happy, and the other person is also happy. How do you feel looking at the other person? You made that person happy, so you feel good. Now, third situation. You have a handful of chocolate, and the other person is very hungry. And you say, why don't you have my chocolates? He's hungry, and you're giving your favorite chocolate. How does it make you feel? There's a difference in the goodness that you feel. Fourth situation. You're hungry, other person is also hungry. And you still give your chocolates to him. Your favorite chocolate. How do you feel?
Happiness and satisfaction.
Satisfaction. It's a different level of happiness.
That is the compassion.
And if you have only one chocolate and you're hungry, oh, this is your only source of glucose. And you still share different level of happiness. That is compassion in action. That's called helper's high, where you feel very high. It's not that the feeling is only there when the person is eating. After 1 week, when you remember that situation, how the other person felt feels you good. After a month, after a year, you still feel, you remember that and you feel good. That's called helper's high. It uplifts everyone around us. You know, when somebody is having that attitude of compassion, it's not that you are feeling good, but everyone else who is around them. This is all studies, I'm just giving you an essence of that. It increases the feeling of closeness. When you are compassionate, you all sat with the people whom you don't know. Now do you like the other person whom you're sitting with?
Yes.
Now you know them better? Increases closeness, connectedness. We all are in the same boat. We're together. Resilience. You know what is resilience? I'm also learning with you. It's my inner tolerance, my inner threshold that goes on. You increase it. Maybe once a small situation comes and I become upset. But as you learn being compassionate, you are being compassionate with yourself. And as the situations keep increasing, you don't become upset easily. Because as we grow old, when small things happen, oh, it's okay. But in that age, how old are you? Wow, you're 9. she's old. But when we are like little kids, with little things, we would get upset. And when we say that to our parents, it's okay. Because we have learned from it, we have grown from it, and we have increased our resilience. These are some scientific things which goes on. Now we learn some hormones and all those things. Right? When you are stressful, what happens? When you are very compassionate, what happens? Basically, this is sympathetic. The word is sympathetic, but there's no sympathy here. Your blood pressure increases, your heart rate will increase, your immune system will go down, the chances of aging, faster, enhances the speed, depression increases. All these things are what we see when we are stressful. But when we are compassionate, you see a difference. Where our immune system will go better. You all want to look young? Feel young? Yes? So be more compassionate. The stress on the heart and all those blood pressure all will reduce. So this is some science to understand, to motivate that we all can be more compassionate. But how do I increase that? We all are on the same journey. When we did this topic, and I used to wonder, when I would see myself, I'd say, oh boy, I'm so much lacking in compassion. And then it's a journey, learning, baby steps. What is compassion? How do I increase compassion? The first one is practicing empathy. Now, what is practice? How do we practice empathy? Like how we just played role play. So I've been doing this for a while with my own self. Like different situations. How should I respond and not react? So you play different role play, and so that like it's an exam, right? You're thinking this may be the question, so this is the answer. This may be the question, this is the answer. So different role play you can do. That's internally, and also of course you get chances every day. Do you get chance every day to be compassionate? Yes. We do? She has no doubt. Yes, we do. Practice commonality. What is common amongst all of us? Yes, you just nailed it. Yes, we are all one family. We are human beings. We all are. There's so much common amongst us. So if I look at that, one is to see commonality, but I was also thinking to look at speciality. If we had time, we'll do that last activity and we'll see how we can play with that. But just for now, to see what is common amongst us. This also helps. I've been doing it for a couple of years now. An evening chart or reflection, just before you go to bed. You can either journal or you even the mental. If you go through, how was my day? What were the situations that came? Whether my teacher, my friends, whatever I did, how did I respond? Or how did I react? Was it the right way? Could I have done better? Just to do a self-analysis and to reflect. And of course, meditation. Yes. Meditation is one of the things where you connect to your inner, innate. Like we have DNA of the body, right? For the human body, we have DNA. But how do I connect to the DNA of the soul? Right? When you connect to your intrinsic quality of the soul and you activate it, you emerge it. It's already there. But to take it out, just dust off all the other things and to emerge. So that is one of the ways. So we'll do all of that. Oh no, not finished. This one thing is finished. To be compassionate with others, right? Throughout the day, as you said, you get a lot of chances to do it. How many hours do you work? Do you 8 hours or more? I have a brother there. He's going to start at 7-11. So how many hours will that be?
Maybe like 10, 15, nobody knows.
No count. Right? You're working at work, you're going to work, people work from home.
But sometimes you work 8 hours at work, but come home and you work another 1 or 6 hours at home.
Getting home in time, and you have a whole agenda. You want to be your best at home. You want to be the best mother, best daughter, best of everything, right? You want to be your best at work. You want to be the best over there. You want to say something?
Mothers work 24 hours.
What about the brothers?
He said mothers are like a 24
But what about the brothers? I think everybody works, right? But of course, we're going to give you more marks for coming home and doing more. Of course, we have to take care of our children. Do you even get time to eat? I see at work, they're eating and working. And you just need 10 minutes. Why don't you just peacefully sit down and eat? Oh, I just want to finish this. So there's hardly any time to eat. People take calls. They're on calls. Even I do that too. I'm when driving and usually on calls. So there's so many things. You want to be compassionate. You want to be giving your best in whatever you do. Yes.
Now the new term comes in the office is called the working lunch.
Very true, very true. That's in
And weekends are Labor Day.
we can laugh about it, but that's the reality as of today, right? What's the situation? You're talking about work. I work in a hospital, and there are students, like residents and fellows. So the way they attract them to come to a lecture is that, okay, get them food, they will come. And they will eat and they will study. So that's how our life is revolving. We're doing so much for everything. At the end of the day, this is not coming out well, but it's actually called a fatigometer. You have a thermometer? This is called a fatigometer. How do you feel at the end of the day? Are you sure you're tired? Drained. We all feel, the word they use these days is called compassion. What is it? What's the word you use? Fatigue. Compassion fatigue. Where there is no compassion, there is so much to give for everyone. I don't have enough stock for me to give. So you have a fatigometer which is high at the end of the day. And you don't want to be like this when you come home, right? You want to be energized and play with the child. So, when we get tired, people tell us to take vitamins. Is there anyone who doesn't take vitamins here? Oh my God, everybody
It comes in the food.
comes in the food. You are so true.
Because if you eat dry food, then it's lemons and all the acid.
You're absolutely right. I'm not denying you at all. But still, all our doctors tell us you don't take vitamins. But there's one more vitamin which we have to take, very, very important, and it's called vitamin C. You know what is vitamin C? Of course, right? You should know the answer by now. What is it? You take 1/4, you take a powder of it. This is different vitamin C. This is called vitamin of compassion. Now I need to take it for myself. Now I'm just going to tell you a little story. What is this? Story time. What is in your cup? Now this is the same scenario, right? All this coffee has spilled and on the shirt. There's a man rushing to go to an interview and a nice white shirt. Nicely he poured the coffee and he's going to the interview or a meeting, basically. And the other person stops and says, what happened on your shirt? Okay, I spilled coffee. Okay, why have you spilled coffee on your shirt? Because there was coffee in my cup. And that man stopped and thought, if I had water, I would have spilled water. If I had tea, I would have spilled tea. But I have coffee, so I spilled coffee. Now just ask that question to yourself. When any situation comes, when I'm rushing and something happens with everybody. We are late, we plan ahead, but still we are late sometimes. And when I'm angry, means when I'm squeezed in any situation, what comes out? Whatever is inside will come out. What is inside me? You don't have to tell me, just ask yourself. If there is peace, peace will come out. If there is love inside, love will come out. If there is peaceless, ... I don't have to tell any of those words, we know what happens. So check what is in my cup? What is in my cup? Because it's very important. What am I drinking? What am I bringing out in any situation? Did you check once what's in your cup? Now, you were being compassionate with everyone else. You were taking care of work, family, relatives, maybe friends, and even on the way, if somebody falls or has anything, you're ready. You're absolutely ready. But do you know there is something called as compassion for the self? Is there something called as compassion for the self? Or it's always out there, do it, fix it, correct it, help, care. Is there something? What does the compassion for self mean? Yes.
Don't beat yourself for the situation that you cannot control.
Ah, very nice. Repeat it so that they can also hear.
Don't beat yourself for the situation that you cannot control.
Don't beat yourself for the situation. Yes.
Healthy and wealthy in your mind.
Healthy and wealthy in your mind. What does compassion for self mean? Anybody else?
Don't make yourself down.
Don't make yourself down. Very good.
Criticize yourself. Don't criticize yourself.
Very good. Don't criticize yourself. Sneha, would you mind writing those words? Yeah, please can you write? So no criticizing. Don't self yourself down, and
Don't beat yourself.
don't beat yourself. And help and what else? Very nice. These are all very good.
Forgive yourself.
Forgive yourself.
That's the golden line. Forgive yourself.
Don't blame yourself.
Don't blame yourself.
Love yourself.
Love yourself. Sneha, can you just write down?
Appreciate yourself.
Appreciate yourself. Anybody else?
Love yourself.
Love yourself. Love, appreciate, don't blame, forgive.
Let it go.
Let it go. Okay. Wow. Anything else?
It was destined.
It was destined.
Then drama.
Drama. What else? Anybody at the back wants to say? Wow, you gave so many. What is compassion for you? What is your name? Rita. Krisha.
Let it go.
Forgive yourself. Forgive yourself.
Forgive yourself.
You can tell when it comes to you. Wow, there's so many.
Let it go.
Everybody's going to tell you what they said. Love yourself, let it go, don't blame, don't criticize. Now ask yourself when any situation happens, when I do something wrong. Right? All of us do. Have we all done something wrong? Oh, that's the biggest thing. We all have done all mistakes and continue to. So when I do a mistake, what is the talk that I'm having with me? Am I guilty?
Yes.
I learned your life. Just correct yourself. Try to correct yourself so that it doesn't happen again.
So now that is a realization, right? But when this guilt is like, why me? Again I did this? Like the guilt. What did you say?
Outside just learn from your mistake.
Correct. That I'm telling, right? But I'm asking when I do a mistake, what is that first sentence I tell myself?
I say stupid.
She's very honest.
Because even I was checking myself, like I can very critical on myself, because you set the bar very high, and I'm like, why didn't I do that? Why couldn't I do that? But to be compassionate with my own self. So we know what is compassion to the self mean. What are some things that is stopping me from being compassionate? compassionate with my own self.
Forgiving ego.
Forgiving my own self. Okay?
Ego.
When I'm ego. And what stops me is the ego. Yeah, very big deal. Big ego. What is that?
Almost everybody has ego.
Different forms of ego. So let's just check. So one is ego, and of course there are different things which will come up in my own barriers. I was thinking that you put the other person more importance to the other and you give less time to yourself. That could be one thing. What else could be the barrier before we go into the recipe?
We consider situations are bigger than us.
Consider situation to be bigger than us.
Yes, that's typically what happens with most of the time, that people, they forget about themselves
Yeah.
and consider that the
That is more important.
challenges are bigger than their own personal life or health, whatever it is.
Very true.
Others' expectations.
Others' expectation, and you start to fulfill that and you give less to yourself. Yes, that happens. Find it hard to forgive yourself. And be very strong, hard on myself. Yes, somebody on the back.
We want everything's perfect.
We want everything
Or
perfect.
my way.
My way.
Or my way.
What's that? My way?
Or my way.
My way. What did they say? My way is the highway. My way is the highway and the right way. Anything else for me to say? What else is the barrier for me to be compassionate? And
Sometimes we push ourselves too far. So we have to draw a line.
But why do we push ourselves too far?
To please other people.
To please other people. And again, expectation. What's
Want to be righteous.
right? Yes. How is that? Give me an example.
I mean, whatever you represent, I mean, whatever you have is right, not your side.
Okay.
Sometimes.
Thank you.
It's like your image, like your social image.
I have to live up to that image.
That's the main thing, like, okay, you do certain things. You don't want to, that's not you and not good for you to do it. Like, okay, this is how I look like.
To maintain that image. Now again, that is that ego, right?
Yeah.
Like, kind of is ego. Okay. Recipe for compassion for the self. Okay, we did about others. You all are experts in taking care of everyone. You gave the best advice to each other. You were in the same situation. Yes.
I have one thing to maybe to share or maybe I want to know.
Are we judgmental when we are compassionate, like with people, like, we are good with other people, but whenever it comes to our near people like husband or kids, like we get more mean? So why?
Anybody wants to answer that? I didn't get that question. So we are very compassionate, caring, accepting it when it's for someone else, right? But when it comes to our closed ones, husband, family, we are a little mean. We are very judgmental. Why? Why are we judgmental?
Our expectations are more. Our expectations are high.
Our expectations are high.
Comparing, and that's how we want.
Comparison.
Like that.
Somewhere I see the other person to be mean.
I think that the close ones already knows the situation. They can handle it very well.
You know them inside.
Yeah, like when the situation comes, like we heard more close people to us.
So it is a kind of an attachment which happens, where when I say attachment, you see the other person to be you. And you're putting yourself over there and saying, if I were there, I would have done this. And why isn't this person doing this? So
Like we expect, he already knows that. Why should I bother?
that also could happen.
So basically, we think that it should be done as per my way.
Yeah.
What I think is right, it should be in that way.
So that's fine.
Yeah.
Is it?
But that's wrong.
It is wrong,
It is wrong,
absolutely.
yes, exactly.
We're giving you the answer and we're telling you why it is wrong. It's actually wrong.
Yeah.
You're very right. It's wrong.
we just forget that if we like peace, the other person also would like to have a peace.
Yes.
We forget that we like to be treated right, and the other person also wants to. So the forgetfulness of your existence, that what you are,
Correct.
and what is the soul is, or what the body is, and I think that's where the more understanding we need to create,
Very true. That is exactly what reason is and right happens. Okay, now let's see for compassion, for self-compassion, what we need. Okay, what is this diet? This is our, when we go to school, college, this is what they say, okay? This is a pyramid, and the pyramid has carbohydrates, proteins, fats, minerals, and all those things. They say this much serving you should have for a healthy body. For myself, for my compassion for myself, what should be the diet? What should I do to take care of myself, to be compassionate? Forgive.
positive thinking.
Positive thinking. Yes.
Awareness
Awareness of
self means
self-awareness. Okay. Practically, this is to eat, right? So physically, what will I do? Practically, how can I take care of myself? Calm down. Stay calm and cool. Think positive. Self-aware. I was thinking for myself, can we sleep a little more? What is that? Meditation.
Self-check.
Self-check. I need to do a self-check. Okay.
digestive food.
Digestive food. Okay. We will do an activity. So this is self-created pyramid of compassion for the self. People say do exercise, regular exercise. It could be physical exercise as well. Career. This plays a very important role in our life because more than 1/3 of our day is gone over there. If we don't work, people say do what you like and love what you do. Do what you love and love what you do. Relationships also is very important. And lastly, but the major portion for the foundation for all the three is spirituality. What does spirituality mean? This is all food for me in different ways because we are affected by relationships. Plays a very important role. So the basis is spirituality. Now, the spirituality is nothing but thought, something which comes from the spirit, how I take care of the spirit of me being. So this is just like a ripple effect. We all are creating, we're always creating thoughts. We're all creators. And every second, every moment we are creating thoughts. And thoughts will lead into feeling. Every thought that you create. If I say, think of a mango. Someone might not like a mango and say, oh, what a mango. And another one will say, oh, wow, mango. So one thought will lead into feelings. And then you get apples today. Mangoes. You say an apple a day keeps the doctor away. What's it?
After that it becomes a habit.
Yes, you do it. See, you're fully focused. Our thoughts, feeling, and then you bring it into action. In 1 minute, how many thoughts do you think you have? We have different kinds of thoughts. We just basically divide it into two categories, a healthy thought and an unhealthy thought. They say throughout, about 60, I don't know how they measure this, but this is what they say, about 60,000 to 80,000 thoughts in a day. Can you imagine? And how many feelings that we must be creating. And in 1 hour, that much. In 1 minute, I am not good in mathematics. So you can know. What is that? Good. You all are very good in mathematics. That's why I didn't do that part. So many thoughts in 1 minute. When we get angry, this is just an average. When we are angry or stressed out, the thoughts come very fast. They could be different categories: necessary, unnecessary, useless thoughts, negative, constructive, elevated or positive, spiritual thoughts. So when I'm angry or stressed out, I create more thoughts fast and it's draining. And And when you're in a meditation, the speed is less, quantity is less, and how do you feel? Elevated. Your energy is refreshed, you are recharged, re-energized. So, what do I feed myself? Goal is to direct the mind away from waste towards the elevated. You need to skew from negative to positive. So one is negative and positive. The second is elevated. It's one step more than positive. Not just to think good, but to think elevated. Give you examples.
Elevated is a situation where no thoughts are there.
No.
They say
To even have a thought that I don't have a thought is a thought. Right? We will have very few thoughts. There's nothing like that, no thought. You have one or two thoughts, but between the thought, the gap is increased so much that you are feeling it. If I say, okay, have the thought that you are peace. Just hold the thought for peace. You're tasting it, you're feeling it, you're being it. I say, hold it. Hold the thought. Hold the thought. Hold the thought. No other thing is coming, but you're still holding the thought. I am peace. Peace. So,
sometimes during like meditation, you are just still. You don't think that.
you're still in one thought. You're holding to that one thought. That total concentration, focus is on one thought. You're still there. That is very powerful. Where it is not, you're not creating another thought. You're just holding it. You're being it, you're feeling it, and you're spreading those vibrations of that. So this everybody knows. Human and a being. We go to school, we learn everything about it. Even a doctor, everybody knows about what all DNA is there, what are the molecule which constitutes that, all the systems. But what we don't talk about is the being in the human. Are you a human body or a human being? Sure. You're not a human body? What's the difference between a human body and a human being?
Body, it dies due to the only being with soul merged into the law.
Or some sense you can feel it, but it's a body. Yeah. Partially. So, human body is made out of 5 elements. Earth, fire, ether, air. 5 elements, Panchbhut, right? Now, even a dead body is made out of 5 elements. But a human being can feel, as you said, senses, you can see, you can listen, you can talk, you can experience, you can express. But the human body, a dead body, can't see, has the eyes, but can't listen, can't feel, can't express. No experience and no expression. The one who's feeling, thinking, understanding, analyzing, visualizing, creating is all the being. Being in the body is called human being, both of them combined. So we all are being in the body. Of course, as you said, this body will go. Temporarily, I've taken this costume, tomorrow I will let go of this costume. And this stays on. What is this being's DNA? So this is the being's DNA. If you know this, this is what is meditation. Totally. The being is I am love. You don't have to become loving. What we understand here is you are a being. That's the DNA of you, the soul. That you are love. You are happiness. You are a pure being. You are a powerful being. You are wise. You are it. As she was saying, awareness. We are aware of the time. Somebody was telling, situation is bigger than who I am. We are always aware of 3 things. Aware of the self, aware of the place, aware of time. Place, we know this is a temple. So we will talk accordingly, behave accordingly. If we know we are at work, we will behave differently. So awareness of the place, awareness of time. You know, when somebody is lost their mind and we have to revive them, we are, oh, what time of the day is this? Do you know? Do you know where you are? And we ask them, awareness of time, day, morning, night. Awareness of the self. Do you know who you are? Now I gave the answer, right? We always are aware that I am a female, I am a male, I am thin, I am short, I am tall, I am beautiful, I am ugly. I am aware that I am this religion, this nationality, this profession, this possession. So many labels that we wear, so many masks. I'm a mother, I'm a teacher, I'm a student, whatever. Roles, masks, labels. What I understand now is I am a being of light. I'm a conscious energy, peaceful energy, loveful energy, pure energy. That is the DNA of who you are. Do you believe it? No?
Yes. We believe it, but we don't practice it.
That's the journey, right? From knowing to being is the journey. We all know it. In fact, see, you all role played, you exactly knew what the answer to give. But when it happens with my own self, then it's ... Sometimes we work out, sometimes it doesn't. So this is the role. And we made a little twist in the word compassion. It's a compass to go in. It's a compass to go in and connect to your core virtues, core values of who you are. Compassion to the self is go in and feel who you are. Is anyone not busy here during the weekdays? Are you busy? No, right? Anybody who's not busy? Nobody? Okay, I guess everybody's busy. So we'll do little tidbits, nuggets of what we can do to be compassionate with ourselves. 1 minute, check in. Every hour, so in the school of meditation that we learn, Raj Yoga, we talk about traffic control. So every hour, if you don't get a minute, we change it to just a moment. Just a moment, go in. Check in. How is this inner world working inside? Where is my peace? Where is my mind? Center yourself into that peace, love, happiness, joy, pure being that you are. You are that. So 1 minute, check in. 3 joys. What are the 3 things that brings you joy? What do you love that will make you? What is that 3 things that will make you absolutely happy?
Chocolate.
Chocolate. Do you know chocolate, sweet Sister Veena?
Well,
Next.
next time, come to the center.
Give me chocolates.
Mangoes.
Mango. Oh God, everybody's talking about food. I guess you all are hungry too. So 3 things that makes you happy.
I'm alive and thankful for being alive.
Being alive. Daily gratitude list. As you said, what are you grateful for? One of our senior sister, her name is Jayanti Ben. She's the director of all the centers in UK and UAE. And so she has been telling us to make a list of 100 things that you're grateful for. 100 things. So which should all not repeat, of course. And then she says, every day, 10 things in the morning and 10 things in the night. New things that you're grateful for. New things. I've not started doing it, but I did 1 or 2 days and I'm like, wow, this is so nice. What happens is you're just looking for what is good, what can I be thankful for? So the mind is wired in such a way that you're not looking for something negative or shortcoming. So daily gratitude list. You can do it at work, you can do it at home, you can sit with family. Okay, what was the highlight for you today? What did you enjoy today? Bookends for our day. We were putting this workshop together in a team for healthcare professionals, and one of them is an endocrinologist, and she was one of the guest speakers. And I called her I messaged her around 9:15 in the night. Is that late to message anyone? 9:15? Kind of, yeah? Okay. So the next, she didn't respond back to me. The next day she said, "Sister, to be compassionate with myself, I put my phone and the body to rest at night." And I was like, wow, that is a bookend. I will not do this beyond this because it's not good for me. That was being compassionate to herself. I was like, really, that was so beautiful. So create bookends for yourself.
Full stop. Put a full stop.
Self-discipline. So this is something you do practically, right? Like beyond this, no, I'm not going. This is not good for me. Then of course meditation practice, breathing, and healing of nature, where you're also giving your good wishes, pure vibrations to Mother Nature as well.
How can we do that?
We'll do. Alright, so before we go into this Dear Me activity, so you all are going to get paper, and this is called the Circle of Balance. So you all are going to, you need pencils also for this, or pens. If you have pens, you can use them, but everybody will get a sheet of paper. It's a plain circle, there's nothing else in it. Take one and pass it along. So we all are going to create a circle of balance for our own self. Life is a circle, right? Everything happens in a circle. Just wait for everybody to get for a minute. If you have extra, then you can give it in the front. Everybody's got a paper and something to write. It could be pen, pencil, doesn't matter. This is for your own self now. Okay? You can. This is a personal design that you're going to create for your own self. So I'm just going to give you a guide, and everybody in the back can see? The back people can see the circle. Top is not dark enough. Let me see this ruler. You can see? Yeah. Okay. Makes a difference. So you don't have to draw a square or anything. Now divide yourself into, let me even before doing this give you an analogy. Once a professor brought a couple of things into the classroom and placed it on the table. There was a jar, it was a transparent big jar. And we put stones, like pebbles, yeah? We put pebbles and stones on there. You've done that?
No, I have seen on YouTube. Okay. These professors.
Yes. So I just share with everybody so you'll understand what to do. He put pebbles in it and he asked the students, "Is the jar full?" And they said, "Yes, sir, the jar is full." Okay. Then he takes a cup of sand and he puts sand. Is the jar full? Yes, sir, the jar is full. And then he takes something else, I don't remember.
Water.
I think it was a cup of coffee or something like that, right?
Liquid.
Some liquid, okay. Then he said, "Is the jar full?" He said, "Yes, sir, it's full." So he takes a cup of coffee or something, whatever you like to drink, maybe soda, and he pours it into it. And it goes, and it's still there. Is the jar full? Yes, sir, the jar is full. Now, if the sequence is reversed, if I put soda or water or coffee into it first, will there be place for sand in it? No. Will there be space for pebbles or balls or stones in it? No. It has to be in that sequence. So the moral of the story is, This life, this one day is one circle, one bowl, one jar. And if I put water first, I have no space for doing anything else. So I need to prioritize in me what goes first. What do I give time for myself first? What do I want to do for myself first? Prioritizing that. So for example, it could be, say you want to do exercise. Right? Exercise is one. Then food. Maybe you want to have a special diet. I'm just giving you general. Now you can make more boxes within that. As many boxes as you want. And first label it. Each one is something that you want to do it for yourself. It could be sleep. It could be reading. It could be meditation.
Entertainment.
That's important.
Very important.
Yes, absolutely.
Very important.
How much time I can watch TV? Or YouTube? I'm writing that as well for you. So make the big priorities. First write them down. Write them down. And go ahead, write for yourself. How many things that you want to do for yourself in a day-to-day your life? And you have to be very, very specific. Just don't write exercise and read. And say, I will do exercise for 10 minutes, maybe 3 times a week. Or 3 times a day. I don't know, depends on what you want to do. Practical, achievable, realistic. Smart goals, yes. Take a moment and then do it. How do you want to achieve that? Be realistic. It could be time spent for the family, you want to have dinner together, you want to do meditation together. One is physical level, you can also make it even more subtle. I am going to hold positive vision for myself and for everyone. Just giving you ideas so you can think. Take 5 minutes or even more. Take your time because this is what you're going to plan for yourself. You can be as detailed as possible. So once you have labeled different spokes of the wheel, the end is 100% when you achieve what you wanted to achieve. Suppose you're already doing what you want to do, put a dot at the end. If you're halfway through what you want to do, you're going to put a dot in the middle. And if you're just not even started, then it'll be somewhere here. You're just having a thought to do. And then what you're going to do, you're going to connect the dots. Wherever it is. I'm just creating an amoeba over here. The aim is to have a perfect circle. Okay? Now we are in different. Every day you can check and see where you stand for yourself. This is just a circle of balance. I mean, this is one day I have, 24 hours hours I have. How can I do the best for my own self? Because if you don't take care of yourself, I can only give what I have. If I have compassion, then I can give compassion. If I have peace, I can give peace. So this is something for you to check every day at the end, and you can plan. And we are in mandir, we are in a temple. And in this sacred place, have that pure thought. Put that seed over here today. That this is for myself. Because if I am good, then I can be good for everyone. Any questions on this? You understood this part? Anybody wants to share that chart? What you did so that we can learn from you? Anybody else? This is just an example, but anybody wants to share? They're okay. Personal.
And sorry, the Baba, and the first is meditation, that you get all the knowledge, and yoga, that you get a help of yourself and then knowledge. And then you act according to your age.
But anybody wants to share their specific so that we can learn if you're okay? Or I'll keep it as a secret? Okay. Yes, Acha. You want to share?
Yeah, okay. I would like to, in the morning, first thing, few minutes, give yourself, not like this.
Closer.
Few minutes, plan your day in the morning and think about God and think what would be the best thing to do, something that's not
See, even this also needs compassion.
Yeah.
Otherwise the passion will go down. I'll talk loudly so you can listen. Yeah? See, this is a practical example. It's been working, and if we don't give it food, that's the end of Om Shanti.
First thing in the morning, I would like to plan my day. So when I plan my day, then first thing is the way I have set up recently myself is do yoga first, yoga, and then do the breathing exercise, and then.
So your main spokes are exercise. What else are your main
Okay,
spokes?
this is controlling myself in the morning first, and then for exercise, I go to gym,
That's it. No specific, but what are your main main lines?
Yeah, okay. In the morning, yoga and plan the day. Okay. And then during the day, I do exercise and do the cooking for lunch and dinner. And then in the evening, entertainment, watching TV. And sometimes I sing with them and dance with them. And then in the evening, I make some phone calls, to my family, brothers, sisters also. We are very close, so we share our opinions and everything. And then in the evening before going to bed, also sometimes I want to volunteer to help people. Sometimes maybe I can just try them just to be yoga, and volunteer in the senior center, or some people they just want to pass some.
So there is time for yourself, time for family, time for exercise, your cooking, and volunteering.
Yeah.
So you want to share. It's a balanced one.
Just a second.
No problem. Taking time. But everybody kind of understands how you can be compassionate. The idea is we are compassionate, no doubt, but how can I keep it sustained? There's one thing that should be your golden rule for yourself. We all can say 100 things. You will talk about the situation to 10 people, 10 people will give you ideas. But one golden rule that should be for yourself, that you only can create. We can give you, it's like a cafeteria. But what I do for myself is your own personal. So to be consistently compassionate.
So now we're going to do an activity where we can use that muscle of, you don't have to move around, you can just sit, turn around to the person next to you after 6 seconds. There's no topic. I want you to talk anything under the sun for 2 minutes with the person who's next to you. Both, give chance for both of them. You just don't keep talking. 2 minutes one person will talk, then 2 minutes the other person will talk. Anything under the sun. But as you're talking, one thing that you're going to observe when you're listening, what is it in the other person to love? What is it in the other person to learn? What is it in the other person to love? And what is it in the other person to learn? You can talk anything. Oh, did you listen to what happened in the news? Doesn't matter. Talk on anything. But this should be your attitude, in awareness. What is it in that person for me to love? Okay? 2 minutes. Give enough time for the other person also.
Did the people at the back listen? You have?
2
loves community service and she does it without any expectation.
Without expectation.
Wants it to, makes it a point to do it. Not to miss it. Very loving and caring person.
Very sincere, very sincere, and she has all the points I have. Hi, her name is Shanti, and she reflects the Shanti face on the face.
Her name is Vasundhara, and she's from Banaras, and I like about her, like, I love it, like, she tried to improve herself to being here and being more powerful.
What's the virtue that you love?
That she tried to improve to be a better person.
She tries to be better.
Hello, Praveen is a very compassion for his health and his family and all the others in the community.
Papa Dan is also very loving, especially for the family and friends.
Mukesh Bhai is very compassionate and he is very caring for the community.
Praveena ji is very considerate and have faith in love.
Neelam, she is from Delhi and she is very, very eager to know what is this. She is not in Raj Yoga course. Curious. Latari, she wants to help the family.
She is more loving and caring than anyone else.
My name is Neha, and she is very much finding out things that we have and really making many of the occasions and then
What I really liked about her was how she was understanding and open to learning and willing to, hear, and she's very attentive to what is going on, so the focus.
Shanti. So, Anu, right? So, Anu, he's very positive and very eager to learn a lot. What we had, the class we have today, and eagerness and the positivity. That's the thing which I really like.
And he is Mohit, and I came to know about him is that he is really very helpful and always ready to cooperate. That is very good that I found.
Om Shanti. I know a lot of people here, and I know a lot of good qualities about each one of them.
Okay, why did you share about yourself? Because you didn't talk about it.
And I was with Ashok Bhai, and he just came from India, but he was so much inquisitive that how we get the things done in Raj Yoga. It was a very good part that even though he was here for the first time. And by the way, his last name is Modi, Narendra Modi.
My name is Ashok, and I want to talk about my friend Ram Prakash ji. Ram Prakash ji has put his name, Prakash. He liked to help other people spread lights in other people's life. So, thank you.
I'm Ram Prakash, and I have talked to Ashok, Vadaji and Modi. They are very anxious to learn new things, and they are thinking that they should learn and enjoy the new things and new learning.
This is Mati, and she's very friendly and very open. I like her company so much. Thank you.
Did you know each other before? Oh, wow! That's a good bond over there.
And she was listening to me, she's a good listener, and I could feel the love, and I see a light shining from her out into the world, and very compassionate. And for me, that's what I want to add to my wheel of balance, is to be, to have more light, to do it, to embrace that.
I ended up speaking to a few people, but what I gathered from all of them and what I picked up from all of them is compassion and patience.
Patience, big virtues.
I'm Lakshmi and she is Ranjani Ben, she's very humble because of everyone. And she loves her family a lot, especially her granddaughter who's there, the little girl there. And she's a very lovely. Yes, we say good things.
How do you feel to listen to each other's things that you can love? Did you like to hear what was there in you to be loved? Now if we wear this awareness, this glasses every day, and we meet our family, our children, our friends, our co-workers, people who drive on the road, customers, or wherever we go, if we wear these glasses, what is it in the other person to love? How will our whole day be? How will our whole day be? We will not be looking at any shortcomings or weaknesses or negativity. We'll only be picking up the good. And when you start looking for the good, even if something is wrong, will get fixed automatically. So let's do that for ourselves as we do for everyone. From today, do this practice for yourself, being compassionate to yourself so that you can feed good thoughts to you. You can feed good things into you. Whatever you see, whatever you listen, whomever you meet, only positive, healthy thoughts, healthy inputs. Because I'm feeding, every thought is a feed that I'm feeding myself. So let's do that. Is that possible? We are in the temple. Let's make that a commitment for our own self. The circle, what I want to do for my own self, and when I go out, when I meet anyone, this is the glasses. Okay, some of us wear glasses in this room, but let's wear the invisible glasses of looking at the other person with love. What is it in that person to learn or to love? What do we want to learn? Okay, so any questions? I'd like to conclude with some meditation, but if you have any thoughts you want to share, ask, you're welcome to. Yes,
Sister, the presentation that you just gave us on the screen here, is it possible to get it?
Yeah, we can
Yeah.
I can give it to the sister. You can use it.
We are videotaping the whole program, so if you can care to leave your email address with Sneha Ben, then I will be more than happy to send you the program. Okay?
You get your slides as well. This is to use, to distribute. There's no copyright. So use it and don't misuse it. There's nothing to misuse here, of course, but use it, definitely. And can I conclude with some meditation, or you want to say one few words from Sister Venu?
Om Shanti. So, we actually, we're from Philippines. This is center in Los Angeles, that's where I'm from. So if any of you would like to be part of our emailing list, we send all of our events of each month via email. And if you'd like to receive that, you can, there's a registration sheet behind, you can put your contact information. And also this program is being recorded. So once I get the information there, then I will include the video and the slides. So, like sister said, there is no copyright, so you have a right to copy.
Thank you everyone for taking this one step to being compassionate for yourself. Because each one of you will go to your family, your workplace, and you're going to spread that vibration. The healing nature, what you said, is wherever you go, we leave our traces behind. So one seed will become such a huge tree. And whatever you feed the seed will nurture the whole tree. So each one of us are a seed, wherever you're going. So really thank you for making this space, this community, this world more compassionate. Because that is the need of the time. When you really see the world out there, it's very hard. And of course you've been reading the news and all that. So we really have to invoke this compassion within ourselves. Not even to say, let's be compassionate, but within ourselves we need to invoke that. Okay? So let's connect to our inner core DNA and to the Supreme, who is the comforter of hearts. Bholannath. Let's take a moment. You can all sit comfortably. Do you want to take a little stretch break and that's it for 5 minutes, or you're okay? See the point of light? So you can see yourself as the beautiful light. Sit very comfortably. Whatever you have on your mat, you can put it down. This time is just for yourself. Compass in, remember? This is the compassion to go inwards. So you can have your eyes open or closed, whatever is comfortable for you. Look at that image. See yourself as a beautiful light. You are the being in this body. You heard a lot from morning till now. And just sit back and pick one thing that you connect to. The call of time for myself, for my family, and for my community is only one thing. We want a world which is peaceful. We want a home which is loving. Where there is joy and happiness. Let me take this moment to invoke that divine virtue within me. I have played different roles, different parts. I drop all of those aside. yourself as a beautiful, brilliant, tiny point of light. Hold that image for a moment. At the center of your forehead. In the midst of the hustle and bustle, you are a tiny but a treasure house of peace. Exuding peace and compassion. You are an open and big heart that only sees the beauty in the other. No matter what the day is, the situations, you are very compassionate and loving to yourself and to everyone. We are all children of the Supreme Light. Who is the ocean of peace, the ocean of love. Every wave of love from the Supreme washes away my ego, washes away my shortcomings, washes away my false identity. I feel the unlimited love of the Father. Unconditional love. It's just you and him, and no one else. Open your eyes. Just remember whose child you are. And we're all one big family. One big family.
Om Shanti, this is the time for official vote of thanks. So I would start not thanking you, okay, fine. But she had a lecture yesterday up to 9 p.m. Then few of the guys went by car to pick her up. She came here this morning and she agreed for a 10 o'clock class. So thank you for that, but not thanking you. Okay? And we would like to give flowers. So, Sudhaben, can you give the flower to Indeliben? And can we have one more set of flowers for Ikub, right? Our photographer. आप यहाँ पे आ जाइए, अभी मैं बोल रहा हूँ, नजदीक आ जाओ, सुधाकर लेके आई है तो कुछ देना तो पड़ेगा. And we have one more, right? We have one more. And Mohit, can you come here because we are not going to give it to Vinod, you know. At this point, I have few announcements. Thank you everybody for coming. I know a lot of you here, you all have helped me, one way or other. So thank you for that. I don't want to mention it at this point. We have some good news. We have a residence BK from Madhuban in Cerritos starting 6th of this month. Her name is Pravina Ben. She is from Madhuban. She just came on 2nd of May. And we are capable of doing classes in Gujarati, in Hindi, in English. And a personal consultation is also available. I have got some flyers which I made a while back, which tells you the activities we propose to do at the Sanatan Mandir. I have talked to the Mandir. Right now we do have a capability of doing things here every single day. I did get a permission. Before I had for 3 days. So please pick up the flyers from Rasid Bhai. My phone number is there. If you want any particular information, just text me and I will answer you back. If you want a copy of the video today, please just text me. I do a lot of better work on taxes, you know, and then I will call you back. This was possible because of the Los Angeles Brahmakumari Center. Gita Ben convinced Kinnariben to come here because she is on her way to inaugurate a conference in Las Vegas. So Gita Ben said that can we do a program in Pioneer, you know, and she could have done it any other place, you know, there are a lot of other places. But at this point, Gita Ben is not here today because she has got an interfaith program somewhere. But Vinuben, please convey our message to Gita Ben that we are very much thankful to her to have Kinnariben and Ikub, that's right, yeah, and Mohit to help us out.